I know personally when I started, I was just trying to put up as much weight as possible, but there are so many reasons why this is wrong, and I'm going to go over them. Yo, what's up guys? We're back with another video. Today's video is going to be part 1 of my new series that I'm calling Things I Wish I Knew as a Beginner Lifter. Just trying to help people who are just getting started, people who are just getting back into it, or maybe people who are already lifting and could use a little bit of extra knowledge. So part 1 is going to be why form is more important than the weight you're lifting. I know personally when I started, I was just trying to put up as much weight as possible, trying to just put up bigger numbers every session, and I really didn't care about form. I was just more focused on the weight and just getting stronger and stronger, and then like in turn I was getting bigger. But there are so many reasons why this is wrong, and I'm going to go over them. The first reason why form is more important than weight in ego lifting is time under tension. I'm sure you've heard of it, TUT, T-U-T, time under tension. If you are doing a heavier weight, let's say that's a 3 or something, right? You go super heavy, you might even be going for 1 rep maxes, who knows. You're not getting nearly enough time under tension to grow. If you're trying to grow, trying to build strength is a different story, but you're a beginner, so you probably have no idea how building strength works as opposed to hypertrophy, building muscle. So there's no time under tension there. Keeping good form with slow and controlled reps will give you a much better time under tension, which will give you a much better hypertrophy response to training. Just think about it. If you're more focused on having slow and controlled form rather than just trying to get the weight up and down, up and down, up and down, you're going to have a much greater time under tension, which is going to induce more growth. Just think about it like this. You do a slow and controlled set of 10 reps, good form, trying to keep like almost perfect form, but as a beginning you're not going to really have perfect form, but the best you can do, keep good form, go for around, let's say, 10 reps, and you do like 1 second down, 3 second negative, and then let's say someone else is doing sets of 3 or 5, but their set lasts 10 seconds because they did 5 reps. It's like they're just going insane, just trying to put up as much weight as possible. Obviously the person who does the 10 reps slow and controlled is going to get more growth due to longer time under tension. Another reason why form is more important than the weight you are lifting as a beginner is because progressive overload is so much easier to track. So let's take the same example again. The dude on the, let's say he's bench pressing for a set of 5, he does it in like 5-10 seconds, just going crazy, and then on his last rep or 2 his glutes come off the bench, he's shaking the bar up, the spotter's helping him, he gets the 5th rep up, but it's looking rough, right? And then let's take Johnny Boy. Johnny Boy knows what he's doing. He's focused on his form. He's got perfect form on the bench press. Like he's about to bench press 500 pounds. Like this dude's strong. He's like more advanced, say, and he's all tight. He's tight here, perfect form. Does a set of 10. Doesn't matter how many reps. Does a set of 10 with perfect form. Spotter's not helping him. But yeah, then let's say he comes in next week and he does the same exact weight, and he could do it for 11 this time instead of 10. Like let's say last week when he did 10, it was like he couldn't do another rep. And then this week he does 11. Alright, so let's say the other guy, he comes in the next week doing bench press again, and he wants to do the same weight for 6 reps, right? But then let's say someone in the gym sees him warming up and like critiques his form, right? He's a beginner, so he takes the advice, he tries to have better form, right? And he only gets 3 reps. So then he's like disappointed that he only got 3 reps. However, there were 3 like perfect reps. He did 5 reps last week, but they were all shaky and his form was way off. He was doing whatever he could to get the weight up, but then this week he does 3, but they're perfect. Basically, like, what I'm trying to say is if you have like bad form and like inconsistent form, it's gonna be a lot harder to track progressive overload if you're always cheating to get the reps up, your spotter's helping you. It's a lot harder to track the progress you're making as opposed to having perfect form that you know you're not cheating, and if the spotter helps you, you know, alright, I had 10 full reps and then the spotter helped me on the last one. So just overall, it's a lot easier to track progress if you keep the same, not perfect form, but good form. If you're keeping good form constantly, you're going to be much better off tracking progress and tracking progressive overload. And if you did not know, any beginners out there, progressive overload is so key to build muscle, to build strength. You need to be constantly improving and getting better, or else you're not going to grow. If you just go into the gym every day and do 3 sets of 10 on bench press every single week with the same exact weight, you're not going to progress. It just doesn't work like that. And the third reason why form is so important, probably the most obvious reason here, is the lowered risk of injury. Think about who we were talking about before. The dude is bench pressing for a set of 5. It's like it's to failure. Like he's trying whatever he can do to get the weight up, and tears his pec. Like, come on, it's pretty obvious here. If your form is off and it's not good, you're gonna get hurt, I promise. I remember in high school when I was like 16, I was just trying to keep up with the football players. I remember I was deadlifting with the hex bar, the trap bar deadlift, and I was doing 365. Keep in mind, I'm like 140 pounds doing 365, and I'm like, my back is rounded. I remember I looked at old videos and it's like sad. Like my back was rounded. I was like, it was awful. I actually got hurt. Like my back was so messed up for a very long time, and then it affected my squat, which was like my favorite lift, still my best lift. It really affected my squat, and I was maybe kind of upset. But yeah, it just goes to show that like form is so important, especially just to keep you safe and make sure you're not getting injured. We could use the same example of the dude doing a set of 5 as opposed to someone doing a really slow and controlled set of 10. The person doing the set of 10 is going to have a much lesser risk of injury as opposed to the dude doing a set of 5. As you progress up in the weight and lower reps, your risk of injury goes up. So if you really want to decrease your likelihood of getting injured, train a little bit lighter and just go higher reps. I would say 10 to 15. For me personally, I train hypertrophy mostly, and I don't dip below 8 reps. I stay 8 to 15, maybe higher. And yeah, so to bring everything together here, reasons why form is greater than ego lifting, whatever you want to call it. Good form results in better time under tension, which in turn results in better growth, better strength. Number 2, progressive overload becomes a lot easier to track. And number 3, good form results in a lessened risk of injury. So with those 3 things being said, that concludes this video. This is going to be part 1 of my new series called Things I Wish I Knew as a Beginner Lifter. Just want to help you guys out once again. I know a lot of beginners out there, they don't really know how to train, and they could use advice like this. So if you guys enjoyed this, if you found something new, you learned something new, please consider liking the video, subscribing to my channel. Make sure you hit the bell button so you are notified whenever I post. And yeah, comment for the algorithm. And I'll see you guys in the next video.